Hi everybody, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Yesterday tried to start the mission again, but obviously my camera was a little bit, I don't know, I wouldn't say out of order, but well, it didn't work really. Let's go to the world map. We, as you all know, we are in Hong Kong, and so let's go to Hong Kong, and we are flying from Hong Kong today to Haiphong. So here we go. This is the so this is our departure, and I think here we are. No, come on, is this one here? Let's have a look. Oh, okay, where is it? Or is it here? Or here? No, I think it was here. Or here. I think here we are. Ah, here we go. Haiphong. Haiphong Kien An Airport. And VVC Katbi Airport. Okay, I think we take this one. That's the travel. I think it's quite a long flight. No. Okay. What was this? Crazy. Okay, let's start once again. Hong Kong. This is our departure. Okay, 418 nautical miles. So yes, it's quite a long flight. I hope that everything works perfect. Cloudy weather outside, so I would say let's start. Yes. So cool. Ah, the Cessna. Yes. Here we are. And yes, actually there was an update, USA. So I'm looking forward to, well, fly a little bit around in the US. Actually I wanted yesterday to practice a little bit and started a challenge, one challenge is in the US, but I haven't downloaded the package for the US, which was provided by Microsoft, so the latest update, which with improved quality and areas. And then I decided, well, go somewhere other, another area and make the challenge. And actually this was quite fun. Oh, here we are. Okay. Yes. Wow, look at this. Is it cool? That looks perfect. Look at this. I mean, every time when I start, it's really amazing. So, first of all, fuel. Let's put here. Here we go. And I think we have everything. We have the direct approach, I think. Then let's start the mission again. So yeah, here we go. Everything prepared. My fly gear is ready. Okay, yes, okay, camera on, sound on, live stream on. it seems everything is perfect. So, oops. Ah, okay, that was fast. I didn't expect it to. Okay, everything works perfect. So the flaps. Okay. So here we go. Let's start.
Cessna 30 Whiskey, continue for west departure. I will contact you next when you leave my airspace.
Yeah, perfect. So, yes, okay. Okay, cool, look at this. It's your card. Yes, perfect. Cool. Okay. And here we are again. That's really, really cool. And we go to in-game mode. That's perfect. Oh, look at this. That's really wonderful. So I think we are on track. That's perfect. And let's have a round, look around. Yes, Hong Kong and China say goodbye to you, and we are going in the direction of Haiphong. So, wow, great! Look how green this it looks like. Perfect. Yes, actually, I'm It was a, I mean, 16 slides I already had. I think there are another 60 in total. Yes, a long flight, and we are now, I think we have to go more to this because I'm drifting away. Okay, here we are again. Ah, this is a road. This is quite interesting, in the middle of nowhere. It's funny. Wow, is this beautiful. Hey, I'm back again flying with my Caribbean Air Taxi, the world tour. That's cool. This is really cool. Wow. This is a road and then a tunnel. Oh, look how long this is. That's amazing. This is really amazing. Cool. Wow. Wow. Yesterday, as I mentioned, oh, there's another airplane. Yes, I started a challenge. You know, flying from A to B, and yes, so it was a really small airplane. I don't remember. It's really one that, I mean, if the wind is coming from left, it's struggling around, and you almost have the feeling that you are in the air, actually flying. So, but this is really cool. Look at this. How long is this? Wow, fantastic. Fantastic. Wow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is really cool. Wow, this is a really long bridge. Wow. So anyway, so I started this mission. I thought, well, why not? I mean, it's a small airplane. I can practice a little bit before today, before the big flight. And yes, so I started this challenge, and it went everything perfect until I was at the I'm not sure it was a destination point. For me, it was just a test, and then I saw a small airport and a runway. I said, okay, let's go down. And well, that it went quite well, I would say. That was that was really fun. I mean, I went down. I was in a runway, and then I hit the brakes, and then suddenly I was, I don't know what to say, pushed forward and made a U-turn. And I was like, what's going on? And it was so fun. I never have had this before. I mean, it was a really small airplane, and probably I was too fast, you know. Probably I should have to lower the speed quite a while before starting. I mean, hit the brakes and slowly, not too fast. Brake or stop the airplane. But as well, I was a little bit in my loop flying the Cessna. I was pushing the brakes, and then suddenly the airplane started to make a U-turn in front. So it was so crazy, and it was fun. I recorded it, so I will put it on YouTube. And by the way, I've got all this kind of I don't know, advertising boot messages on the blog. I have to later delete them. Anyway, the fun thing is that we go back to oh, actually, well, I'm in game mode. So wow, let's go there. Let's have a look. I mean, we are here, and this looks pretty nice. Wow. This is cool. Wow, this is fantastic. Look at this. Ah, this is Macau. Okay. Wow, look at this. That's crazy. Wow, how fantastic. Hey guys. Wow. Have you seen this? Wow, I think I have to make a U-turn. I mean, this is really cool. Look at this. Wow, how beautiful this is. Okay, I have to be prepared. Okay. Wow, look at this. Cool. Wow, that's amazing. Wow, how beautiful. Well, these are the kind of things I want to see in the Microsoft Flight Simulator. Cool, this is Macau. Actually, I wanted to go to Macau in terms of to fly in direction to Macau to have a look. So, you know, cool. That's amazing. Torre Lago Panoramico. Great. A little bit Spanish. It sounds Spanish. Wow, fantastic. Cool. So, wow. Okay, let's have a look again. It's amazing. I mean, this one was, that's really cool. Wow. And here also, look at this. Wow. Grand Lisboa. Wow. Look at this bubble. Wow, that's fantastic. So, I think I have to, I mean, cool. Macau MGM Studios. Or is it the MGM Studios? I don't know. Wow, cool. Okay, so I think that's enough. I think let's go back to Haiphong. Cool, but this was really crazy. I'm, you know, the point is I'm not really to say. I mean, almost 1 month I didn't practice, so yes, I have to be very careful a bit. I mean, this flying around and with outside view, I've seen this much smoother, but so from my side. But well, that's how it is. I mean, 1 month is quite a long time not flying, so but I still think if we have this kind of point of interest things which looks so nice, then I mean we have to see it. It's this is crazy. I mean, it's wow. Yes, so I will cut this short video trying to land with a really, really small airplane, and wow, lose completely control. So that was really fun in a way. It was really fun. So yes, that was yesterday evening. But on the other hand, I mean, it was also on the other hand very cool to fly this small airplane. It's completely different. I mean, you know, the Cessna is how to explain. The Cessna feels really great in a way. Oh, I see my camera is getting this problem again. I'm not quite sure why this is, but you know what? We are flying now, so I would say let's cut me off, so I'm not visible, but you can listen to me, and I think this is the issue with my camera. So I lose connection. I don't know exactly why, but you know, I want to start again the mission flying around the world, so then I have to figure out what to do next. So okay, here is our wow, look at this. That's really amazing. Fantastic. Cool. That's really great. No, it is something very say, it's very, yeah, it's in a way it's very relaxing, and it's very enjoyable to fly this airplane, and yeah, to have this session, flying around the world. For me, it's quite yeah, it's started to get the usual thing, in the morning, after breakfast, and then prepare everything, and then starting to fly, prepare the mission. So it was, I was really missing it. And it's a huge difference between the Cessna and this small bush airplane. It was really a small one. So I'm actually quite really comfortable with the Cessna 208B. So yeah, here we go. Oh, this is quite crazy in a way, you to have this kind of problems with my camera. But well, that's it seems that I cannot use this camera with as a streaming solution, and actually I thought it would work, but obviously not. I don't know if this is the update of the firmware or whatever, doesn't matter. So yes, Haiphong, let's have a look. Yeah, actually we are 418, I think it was, or 400, around 420 nautical miles. And for the guys in 1924, it was I think there's a strong wind from the left, no, from the right, 400, almost 500 nautical miles. So in principle, I think they didn't probably took the direct approach and fly around the coast to get there, and so I think this was quite a bit longer flight for them. What's for me really funny in a way is the flight which I took from Hitokapu Bay to Minato, to Tokyo. For me it was around 670 nautical miles, but for the guys in 1924 it was around 500 nautical miles. So actually quite interesting. So I think really they probably didn't really yeah, okay, it's 600. Well, normally it was always the other way around, that like now we are flying, we have around 420 nautical miles, and or I'm flying 420 nautical miles around because I normally I don't fly around the coast all the time if it's not needed. Oh, look at this lake. That's nice. Let's have a look. Cool. Wow, what a beautiful sky. Really, really great. Cool, look at this. Wow, that's great. So yes, so it's yeah, back again. So normally they always their flight was always a little bit longer than my flight, and so this was a little bit interesting, so that in principle now it seems that oh, look at this. Yeah, it was a little bit interesting that this time it was, or when flying from Lokapu Bay to Japan, to Minato, yes, Japan, Minato, and the other one is Russia, that it was completely different, and it turned around. So our flight was longer than their flight. So I suppose, I don't know, maybe cool. Wow, that's awesome. Maybe this is because of yeah, maybe some kind of miscalculation from their side. Wow, how beautiful is this? Cool. Oh, there's another airplane, but it's flying quite fast. So whoever is out there looking around, maybe you like to join me for a while. Oh, and by the way, for me really important, and I hope also for you, because you can now follow all the flights and the highlights or the sightseeings on YouTube. I uploaded them, so yesterday I finally managed to get them all online, and that's really cool. So if you are interested in watching all the flights in the past and also in the future, then or live, you can watch Twitch, and if you want to see the flight later or some parts of it, then you can go on YouTube. Yes, that's cool. Yes, it took me a little bit a while. I mean, I'm not so familiarized with, you know, cutting videos and the software, so I had to find out which software I would like to use. I mean, in the past I used Adobe Premiere, and then Final Cut Pro, and then a long time nothing. So it's you know, you lose the ability to really work smooth and do all the stuff, and so I had really to yeah, first of all find the software which I would like to use, and second, yeah, start again, well, preparing and familiarize myself with the software, and how I would like to do all this preparation, and yeah, it takes a while. I mean, it's very normal. It's a process. Oh, cool. It is a process, and step by step. I have to, or I had to dig into all these settings, and also I was watching a lot of YouTube videos. Finally, I decided to use DaVinci Resolve, and then I try to figure out, okay, what are, you know, some tips and hints about cutting, and what should I do, and what shouldn't I do, and you know, all this stuff. Transitions, and you know, there are so many things, color, and in the end, I have to say I use the standard plugins and tools delivered by DaVinci Resolve, and even so, I downloaded one or two plugins, open plugins, to check them, but you know, I'm not still in this kind of process of using, I don't know, high sophisticated, really, I mean, really cool transitions, and yeah, it does make sense if you have all along you have a flight which you show, and then you have sometimes maybe here and there some cuts, so you need to cut something out, then it doesn't make sense to have all this information available. So Okay. Let's see, I would like to delete this message here, and I'm not quite sure. Oops. Wow, that's cool. Okay. It's really funny. Okay. So how to get this message deleted? So should I include a lot of smileys? Probably. And I think what I will do is I just take this out. That's the best. You know, I'm learning. I was getting the other day. I was getting the idea to show the chat during during the flight, you know, on the top. But actually it isn't a good idea, because if you have this kind of boots writing some kind of messages around, then it shows up in the video, and I don't like it. So yeah, I think it's a better idea to not have it visible. I think it's yeah, I think it's a good idea. Yes. Slow chat modus. Wow. Probably have to change this. Hey. Cool. Haiphong Airport. Here we are. Okay, let's fly around the world. So let's have a look. Is yeah, camera is still off, so sometimes it appears and then it disappears. So yep. So we stay in game mode and display mode, and then when we are there, we'll get to the yeah, when we are in Haiphong, then we will see. So what's next? Yes, we are flying now to Haiphong, as I mentioned, and yes, I'm quite happy to get this flight done. And after Haiphong, we are flying to Tourane or Tourane, I don't know how it's called, and then finally to Saigon. Tourane und Saigon. Yes, so I think we can fly a little bit, go down a little bit. I think we are too high. I mean, we can almost see nothing there, and I mean, we have perfect weather, so I think it makes sense to yeah, fly around 2000 feet high. So I think now it's better. So I think this is okay. We can see a bit something, and the surrounding, I think this is important. Okay, there was one area which wasn't really digitalized. Okay. Well, that 1 month I was not flying. Yes. So yes, that's a long time. That's a really, really long time. Hi! It seems to work sometimes, and then again, no, not. So here we are. So I think the next thing will be to really check my my camera gear as I mentioned, it's not working, and I don't know why. Maybe I don't know, I have to check. And then in addition, I would really love to have some kind of to download the US and maybe make some I don't know, maybe some challenges. Also, I think short videos on some areas, like for example, the other day I was testing a setup for me, and I thought, oh, you know, well, Alaska might be a nice area to fly. Or even the North Pole. So I put my destination point or the starting point somewhere in there, and then started to fly. And I honestly, it wasn't really nice. I mean, everything was flickering, and I think it's probably a very complicated situation, because everything is moving in a way, and so probably it's quite complicated to develop something that looks nice, and it's okay. But nevertheless, in a way it was fun to fly around there, and just to see if maybe there is an area at the North Pole which looked okay, but obviously it wasn't the case. Yeah, that was well, I expected more, let's say it in this way. I mean, in general, probably the Arctic area is quite difficult to digitalize and to make it in a way nice, and probably nobody will fly there. I mean, for me, I'm really curious in seeing other areas, and you know, just check some areas and see how it looks like. And the funny part was that after a while I just, because there was nothing, and then I said, okay, let's see what's happening. So I didn't navigate actually, and then suddenly I was sort step by step landing on the ice, and then suddenly it appears a monolith, a huge one. I mean, out of nowhere. I read some articles or some infos in the internet, people having the same facing the same situation, that suddenly there was a monolith out of nowhere. So this was quite funny in a way, and And I think this is something that maybe in the future, for sure, this will be changed step by step. But for now, I think it's something that it's probably not so important. I mean, it's not in the high priority for Microsoft to update this one or this area, or even to make it nicer. I think what is in general probably missing is well, animals, I would say. I think this is something that is probably wow, that is so beautiful. That's so cool. Look at this. Wow. That's really amazing how beautiful this is. Wow, that's really, really cool. Wow, look at this sun sign going down. Wow, what color. Yes, the Cessna is really comfortable. Coming back maybe to 30 minutes ago where I said what's the difference between the Cessna and this small airplane. It's a bit like, I don't know, driving I don't know, maybe BWM M3 or something like this, or I don't know, Volkswagen Passat and I don't know, a Micra. I mean, both cars are are good cars, but you know, it's a different behavior. On the other one, you feel a bit more you have a little bit more noise around you, and you feel a bit more the streets, where in the Passat it's like a smooth driving. And I think this is a little bit was, or is for me, the difference between both airplanes. The Cessna is really, I really love this airplane. And also, you know, the visibility. I mean, you can almost see everything here. I mean, you know, it's a huge window from left to right, and I tried other airplanes, also some people coming to my chat and talking a little bit around the different airplanes. I've got some proposals, and then I said, oh well, that's cool, let's try them. And of course these airplanes were really cool airplanes. I mean, really nice to fly, and much more, you know, I don't know, faster. Of course the other one was really fast, and it's you have this kind of more, I wouldn't say secure feeling, but it's a more how to say, it's maybe this kind of what I mentioned between the Micra and Nissan Micra and Volkswagen Passat. You know, it's I would say a higher level of comfort and navigation possibilities and feeling and so on, for sure. But I know but on the other hand, for example, the view outside from the cockpit outside was smaller, and actually this is, for me personally, the driver. I mean, really to see how it looks like outside, discover the area, see really beautiful things like Macau, and also find really, I mean, funny things, you know, that maybe doesn't belong there or looks quite cute in a way. I don't know, you know, this kind of stuff. I mean, it's always I mean, this is what it makes for me so so interesting, and also I really enjoy to have this view, you know, looking outside the cockpit, or inside the cockpit, or yeah, from inside the cockpit, inside the cockpit, looking outside, and well, enjoy this this colors, and discover the area and the surrounding where I'm flying. So that's pretty cool. This is really pretty cool. Even so, I'm really a little bit disappointed with my camera, with the Fuji. It works perfect, and I don't know what's going on. I don't know what happened. Is it because I mean, it should work. I don't know why this is not working. It seems like it's losing if the cable is not correct. I don't know. It's quite. It's not really. Yeah. It's quite a problem, because I really like the Fuji, and it's small one. it fits perfect to my needs, you know, I have everything there, and then, you know, to switch over to another camera, it's like, I wouldn't, yeah, I wouldn't like to do this, honestly. Because then again, okay, I have to find a camera, and then, okay, what type of camera? Should it be another Fuji camera, which I like very much? On the other hand, I know some guys mentioned the Canon. Actually, I also thought about this one, the Canon E200, which is a perfect camera for streaming. Some people mentioned that. So you buy one with a kit lens, and then you have everything. I don't know. It's all these things that I don't really want in a way. It's I'm happy with my camera here. I'm not. I don't like to buy another camera. Yes. Very complicated very challenging situation for me now. You know, I have everything prepared. I have a new, I would say, a new style, which actually I like very much. Okay, I think I'll go a little bit higher, because it's where I'm flying quite low. I mean, it's okay to fly, but I like this kind of security area. So 2000 feet is, I think, the best flying height for me, or altitude for me, because you know, if something is happening, you have a buffer. So yes, as I mentioned, I'm really excited having finally managed to get all the videos live. On YouTube, so you can, if you like, you can watch them. I have the Hong Kong sightseeing in Hong Kong. I have also placed there. I have two playlists in the end. It's one playlist with the sightseeings. So there is Hong Kong. So I still have to prepare Tokyo and Shanghai. But for me, it was now more important to have all the flights available on YouTube. And the other thing is, I think I will, and then the second playlist is, as I mentioned, sightseeing. Or I mentioned it first. Yeah, two playlists. One is the tour itself, second sightseeing, and there will be a third one probably with, you know, this kind of funny things happen to me, or things that I've seen which are funny. And there are also some other topics on my agenda. I mean, I was talking quite a while and mentioned in my videos the possibility or some kind of improvements I would like to see or propose to the developer and also to Microsoft. This pilot's lobby. I think this is really something. I mean, I'm really exciting about this idea, and I really hope that Microsoft maybe will, or the developer or someone will get these ideas, or well, find this a good idea or a proposal that may be interesting, and start maybe, I don't know, in the major cities which are most frequently used by the pilots, and yeah, maybe start a trial in a way, a test in 1 or 2, I don't know, in major cities, as I mentioned, where the most a lot of people are flying with the flight simulator, and then see how does it how it works, and if it is accepted by the people. I mean, it may be my idea which I like, and I think, wow, that's so amazing, it's the best idea in the world, and then all the others says, well, I don't care, I have my own community, and and then through the community I find my co-pilots and other who would like to join me for a flight. Well, that's okay. I mean, there should be different channels of with the same idea, let's say, the idea of having the possibility to find others who are interesting in flying around and joining you, making a group and regularly flying around. So this is this kind of I think what's behind the message of all this, really to get this to build a community and find someone flying with you. And I think the best way is to have this community inside the simulator. I mean, one other idea is to have it, let's say, by town, or you have I mean, another idea maybe, why not entering from the main menu the pilot's lobby, where all pilots around the world can go there, so you have one pilot's lobby, and so start with this one, and then when you are in this lobby you can for example, challenges. You have a whiteboard or a challenge board, and then you go there and see, okay, in Brazil there's a challenge, or there's a challenge in New York, or there's a challenge in Hong Kong, in Guatemala, in Egypt, and And if you press on this challenge, then you can see, okay, there are a list of groups already, groups which are closed. So in principle, they are already all come on. The amount of people required for this challenge are already together, and there are open challenges, open groups, let's say. So and then you can click on this group and then you can join this group. Or maybe it's a let's say it's a public group, and then it's maybe a non-public group. So guys who have their own community and they want to make this challenge, and well, someone is late for whatever reason. So the other guys or ladies, so the pilots are already there. They've joined this group and now they're waiting for the last one. I think this is quite it's maybe more easier in a way, you know. Or you can propose a challenge if you like. For example, me having flying around the world, and then you know I'm going into the into the lobby, and like today I would go into the lobby and say, well, you know, guys and ladies and pilots, yeah, I'm flying today from Hong Kong to Haiphong, and yes, if you like to join me, that will be crazy. I will start in half an hour, you know, or in 1 hour, and whenever there's something interesting there on the way, then we make a short break and fly around this area, like in Macau, where I took 3 turns to see all these buildings, which was really nice. I think this kind of idea I like very much, you know. So on the other hand, the pilots can be very creative and create challenges, or they are on a mission and you can follow, and on the other hand, yeah, you find other pilots around in the world which maybe would like to fly with you. I think, and I mean, this is a starting point. Later on, maybe you can integrate maybe somewhere the possibility to switch, so you are in the global pilot lounge, and maybe you want to go to the New Yorker pilot lounge, so you click on the, I don't know, list, and then you see New York, and then you click on that, and then it's maybe it's, you know, it's the same lobby, maybe some I know, some poster change and so on, and then you are in and then you are in New York in the lobby, and then you can see, okay, how many people are there? Are there any people there? Yes, the night is coming. So again, flying by night, something we already know. I mean, I think all the 16 flights, almost in total, I would say 80 to 90% are the flights are night flights, so so flying during the night, and now for now actually I'm quite happy because it's quite a long flight. it's almost half of the flight was under daylight conditions. So I think this is really cool. It's really perfect. We have 240 nautical miles left, so this should be around 1.5 hours. I think that's okay. Yes, I know this. There's this kind of possibility to so I'm talking now related to the chat, because I've got this kind of boot messages. You want to become famous and whatever, you know, and then a link. And I think it makes sense to have this kind of time evaluation. So in terms of someone has to watch you, let's say 3 minutes. Because 10 minutes, I mean, I know that you can have this implemented, it's 10 minutes, and then someone can post something inside your chat. But I think 10 minutes is quite a long time. I think I don't know, 5 or even 3 minutes will be much better. 3 minutes will be okay, I think, because I'm okay. I don't know how these boots are working, but I mean, maybe they can be programmed so that they are watching. I don't know. I think probably they are looking around, and if they find a chat room, they try to place a message. And you know, if you have this 3 minute, then it won't work, because then yeah, the message wouldn't appear on your chat. This 10 minutes is quite high. I would really, in the end, I would like to have yeah, to see this 5 or 3 minutes as a limit. So minimum time someone has to watch your stream before placing a message. And maybe by this these boots will be will not appear, the message, or will be blocked. Yes, another, I think there are 2 things I've changed during this time. One thing was, yes, my setup, as you already have seen, and the other thing is I've updated the cooling system of my graphic card, because I have a palette, GameRock Premium, I think it's called. It was it's really a very good graphic card, no doubt, but it's quite as you can see, it's quite it was, let's say, it was a little bit loud, even so they mention it's not a loud graphic card. So it's the cooling system, it's well prepared, and the noise level is quite low. Even so, I mean, I have a Dark Pro 900, which is an isolated, and so it's really quiet. But nevertheless, I could hear the my graphic card, which is really loud, and so I was quite unhappy. And then I decided, okay, let's switch over and to a water cooling system, starting with the graphic card, and then maybe later on extend to the CPU. But I was too late. So the cooling system for my graphic card was no longer available. It was alpha cooling. I think they had one, but it's out of life. So no longer available. I tried through eBay, but and then I decided, okay, what's next? And then I found another system. It's the Kraken X63 with the G12, and so in principle a system that is used for cooling down a CPU with an add-on for the graphic card, any kind of graphic card. And well, I installed this system, and it was really much better in terms of the noise level. But when the final thing was that when the temperature of the graphic card reached, I don't know, 60 degree, or I think even after 50 degree, I think 50, 60, I don't know, I don't remember, but you started to hear the fan. So, and I mean, you know, it's you have sometimes a sound which is not very loud, but the kind of sound it makes you crazy, you know. And this was this kind of sound for me. It was really I said, okay, it's much better than before in terms of the noise level, but this specific sound provided or creating this kind of typical I don't know how to say, sound that wasn't really nice to listen to, you know, if you have it all the time. And well, then I started to think around, okay, what can I do better? How can I tweak it? And then, well, the first thing was, okay, are the fans. And so Be Quiet have this Silent Wing 3. The power, I don't know if they are called really power, but the normal ones have the speed of the fan is quite low, and I think 1000 rounds per minute. And the other ones, this power line, it's 1600, but still very quiet in terms of the noise level. Comparing it with the fan which is provided, or is you buy with the Kraken X63. Okay, so basically this was the next step. So I bought them, and you know it's quite a difficult job to change all these things because yeah, it's a bit complicated, and well, doesn't matter, I managed. So and then the next thing, the fans are not controlled by the cranking system. They are controlled by the motherboard. In the past there was two power cables in addition, which were connected to the cranking pump, and where you can connect your fans, the two fans, and then you know the speed of the fan was then really controlled by the cranking and how and the temperature of your graphic card, of the chip. So and this is no longer available, so you have to buy the next level, the Z63, which is much more expensive. And I tried with the fan, with the control possibilities by the motherboard. So I put 40%, 30%, 20%, and then I started the computer and checked, okay, how high the temperature will be or will get. And the point is, you cannot control it. So I mean, it's always 40% or 50%. But then you have also this kind of noise level. And as you can see now, GPU is 80% in use. You have temperature of 58 Celsius and almost 2000 megahertz. And you know what? It's cool. I cannot hear it. But this is because I updated the system once again. So I made in principle 2 updates. So not having the second update or optimization, this temperature will go much higher. And then the if you are about 80% the temperature, then throttling is starting. So the chip is going down in terms of the frequency. So 17, 16 megahertz. So and this is not what I want to have. It wasn't I wasn't there where I wanted to be. And then I also made the test between so I installed the old fan system, and then I checked, okay, which is the noise level when I start my computer, the noise level I like to have. So I'm sitting around 1 meter from my PC, and especially on the top there are this the ventilation which slot or slit, I don't know, you know, where the air is coming out So a little bit you can hear the ventilation system of the cooling, of the water cooling block. And or water cooling system, the two ventilation 140 millimeter ones. So I tested. So, and in principle, the original ones from Kraken, it was 25%. So when the control system was, the fan speed was 25%, then it was okay. But the point is, if you're starting playing the game, or I don't know, any kind of game, and then you're looking at the temperature. So it was quite interesting because so I made this test, so 10, 20 and 30 minutes, and I was then checking, okay, the temperature of the GPU, but also the temperature of the cooling liquid. And so after 10 minutes it was 67 and GPU and temperature, and 60 the liquid. And as you have seen here, now I have 58 GPU Celsius, and normally the liquid is 6 Celsius below, so it has then 52. That's normal. After 20 minutes, that was quite interesting, it was 74 the GPU and 68 the liquid, and after 30 minutes 77 and 71, and and also the throttling, I mean the GPU started to get slower, and this wasn't my intention, not at all. So I said, well, no, I don't want this. So then I started the same test with the new Be Quiet Silent Wing. Do I follow the coast, or do I fly? I think I fly directly, because the point is it's getting dark, and I don't see any kind of reason to not fly, take the direct approach. And I mean, look at this, that's really amazing. It's really wonderful. Wow, it's so cool. Enjoy. So then I made the same test with the Be Quiet Silent Wing 3, the power pen of Be Quiet Silent Wing 3. And the interesting thing was that with 25% I had to completely stop, so there wasn't so much air pushing out of the by the fan, so that the system was really cooled in a way that it works. So after 10 minutes, it already the temperature of the GPU was at 79, and the liquid 72. And then after 16 minutes, it was 86 GPU and liquid 80. So I stopped. I said, okay, I don't want to, I don't know, destroy my graphic card, which is really a good one, and I'm in an RTX 2080, and it works perfect. So so 25. So this was just the test. 25% of the fan power and both systems, and then try to figure out what the differences. And then I started again here to check, okay, what is the sound or the level of percentage I can use as a control for as a minimum I can put on the monitoring of the in the motherboard, in the BIOS. So what is the minimum of percentage I can place there, so that it's still from the noise level it's still okay for me. And this was really difficult, I have to say, because and this was very interesting. The Be Quiet are very silent, even if they get loud, more loud, then the type of noise you are producing is very comfortable in a way, you know. It's a little bit more loud, but you don't really feel or hear it. And so that was really complicated, because you know, I tried 30%, 40%, then 50%. Okay, the 50%, it was really I could really hear this 50%, but it was okay. 50% with original fan, it wasn't possible. I mean, this type of noise wasn't really nice to listen. And then 45, 40, then I even tried to switch between, okay, put to 25, okay, listen to the noise level, and is the noise okay, then switch to 30, 35, back to 25, and I couldn't really realize a change in terms of the noise level. And then I started 30 to 40 and 30 to 45. And so step by step I managed to identify the level which is the noise level which is okay for me. You know, starting the computer working, writing, whatever. So and then of course, because this should be a level of noise, a noise level which is almost not, where you almost cannot hear a computer. No, and this is my intention. And then it was 40%, and then I started this test again. So, and then this was interesting. It was always around 1-2 degrees higher than the original fans at 40%. So I don't know, 10 minutes it was GPU 69 and the liquid 63, and 20 minutes 75 and 70, and after 30 minutes GPU 78 and 72. So yes, a little bit, I think, yeah, 30 minutes, the original ones were 77 and 71. So, and then I said, okay, I'm on a similar level in a way. So, but now if I would have control, if the fan will be controlled by the temperature of the GPU, So if it's get over, so starting with 40%, and then if it gets warmer, then to step by step increase the percentage. And yes, I mean, this wasn't possible with the motherboard, or so the fans are driven by different sensors, but not by the GPU sensor. So you cannot choose, okay, I want to have use the control fan number 4, and this one should be the sensor which is controlled by this fan should be the GPU, and then it's working. It's always CPU related. So if so this wasn't yeah, it wasn't what I wanted actually. And then finally the company itself, which produced the Kraken, they have a control, so small device where you can control the temperature by the software they provide as well. And then I bought this one, installed, and I mean, now it is like I mean, this is now the system I'm running, and I optimize the curve in the software, so the cooling, where to start, where the fan is starting, and how it gets higher and higher, the speed, so to cool, so that the cooling system is working much faster, so to cool down the system, the GPU. And honestly, it's cool. Now it's really perfect. It's what I wanted. But it's you know, it's a little bit like I don't really understand and things that actually I don't know how to pronounce it. NZXT, they are called, the company, because it seems that the older X63 had this ability to also control the fans, and this was taken out. So what, let's say, on the other hand, it makes sense, because if you use this only for the CPU, that's fine, because then you can connect this fans to the CPU connector, and for example my motherboard has 2, so and then it's like it should be. If the CPU is get hot, then it's control the fans, and they get more power, and then they cool down the system, and also the or the liquid, and then also the GPU don't get too high or too hot. So, and that's okay. But if you want to use this for the graphic card, then you definitely need this small device which control the fans. And I think if you really want to have a really quiet system, then you need to change them to take the Silent Wing 3, the power line. I think then you really have a very cool working quiet system for your graphic card. And actually this was my intention. I mean, now I can sometimes I can hear the CPU, which, I mean, CPU is really slow. The noise level is really low. But if the CPU is getting to work really hard, like in DaVinci Resolve when I'm cutting, then it's almost 100%. Then you can hear the sound of the fans, of the cooling system of the CPU. But now, for example, the CPU is around, 65 degrees. At this point, you cannot really hear them. It's quite low, I would say. The fan, maybe a little bit you can hear, but it's really quiet, really quiet. It's also silent wings. And the GPU cooling system is, you cannot hear it. 58, it's quiet. And I think this is really cool. I mean, it's a quiet system. I mean, you can hear sound. I mean, my neighbors are moving out, so you can hear them, or you can hear on the street. Even I tried, I was playing, so during the normal day you cannot hear the system. Playing a game, it's so quiet, it's really cool. I mean, before, I was flying, I have 16 flights with a flight simulator, really long one, and I could hear the graphic card, the fan. Now, I cannot hear it. I mean, it's really quiet, and even in the night, where all the noise level itself of the surrounding is getting down a little bit, or more than during the day. It's so quiet. You really cannot hear this. The system. And actually, this is what I wanted to have, and I'm really happy now. Wow, look at this. It is cool. Really beautiful colors. Fantastic. Probably when we'll have, or when I will in the future, when during the whole flight we'll have daylight, then probably I will miss this view. The sun going down, the red colors, yellow, and then the stars. Wow, that's amazing. That's so fantastic. That's so cool. We have 118 nautical miles left. So this was my highlights in terms of my computer, and yes, I have to say, I'm really happy. The system, yes, I can argue you have to buy another device, a small one. It doesn't cost very much, but you have to buy it again, something else, so that you can really control your system. And then, yes, if you want to really have a quiet system, then you have to buy the silent wing fans, so that to make it really quiet. Yes, that's true. But then you really have a quiet system. And definitely it's more expensive, because if you have this, if you buy a system where you can connect your GPU cooling device and the CPU cooling device, so to have together, to connect all into one system, one cooling system, then it's probably cheaper, definitively, because I mean, I know this cooling system of the card was, I think, $130 US, and then you buy a cooling system for your CPU. I mean, only the CPU, and then you buy this the pump and everything, and you connect all together. Then you have a circulate, so a whole one system which is cooling down both CPU and GPU, and then probably by this it's more efficient and more also it's probably not costing so much. So because now I bought the X3, which is cost I think also $160 US, X63, then you have to buy this add-on, the G12, which costs another, I don't know, $20-30 US. Then the device itself, the small control device, which costs also around, I don't know, $25 to $30, and then the silent wing, so you are almost at the same level of the Z63, but I don't know if this one is more silent than the system I have now. And the good thing is that, okay, I have this control system, this control device from the company, so from NZXT, and the point is I can connect two systems. So for example, maybe in the future, for sure, I will buy or I will upgrade to a 5900 CPU, and then I can buy another Kraken X63. I buy this one because I think it's, for me, it's enough. I don't have this EGB and whatever. I don't care about this. But the system itself is good. So I buy this one, and again the silent wings, and then I connect the two fans. I can connect them also to this cooling, to this controlling device, and then I have a complete water cooling system for GPU and CPU, which is really, really, really quiet. Because, as I mentioned, the GPU is now okay. I cannot hear it. The CPU is, if I think 75-80% usage, then you start to hear the fans. But it's really a really soft sound, or that you hear, and also the noise level is some kind of a little bit deeper one, that it's quite okay. I mean, the best test for my system now, which I have now, is actually DaVinci Resolve, because when when DaVinci Resolve is rendering, then it's use 100% of the CPU, and then it really starts to get a bit louder. But it's a little bit, it's okay. It's you can hear it, but it's a really nice sound, as I mentioned. Actually, I will, but this is a free version of DaVinci Resolve, which uses the CPU. The professional version uses the GPU. And actually, I bought this one. I'm waiting for the code, and then it will be quite interesting for me, because then I can really compare. Start rendering, and all the rendering will be done by the GPU, and then I will see, okay, how good is the system? I mean, how will it be faster? Faster as well. Interesting. Is it faster than with the CPU when only CPU is rendering, or will it be faster when the GPU is rendering? But the second thing, what's more important for me is, will the noise level itself, how so does this system with the Be Quiet fan coolers, will it keep the system almost quiet like now? I mean, no, 85%, 58, cool, and you cannot hear it. So will it be the same? That will be interesting. And also here you can see the CPU is used, but 25%, but it's used. I've also heard that yes, if the CPU has an influence on the games in terms of frame per second, I mean, it will have an influence. And if but also I have to say, it's not all about gaming. It's especially with rendering or working with DaVinci Resolve as well. The GPU as also the CPU is used, and this means in total my process of creating videos will be much faster. And I think this is also quite important for me, to create as fast as possible output, you know, in a good and a bad as best as possible in a good, very good quality. And I sometimes realize, okay, moving from left to right or doing cutting and preparing stuff, then sometimes the computer has to render, and it takes a while until the part which has to be rendered is finished. If it's a small part, it's quite okay, it's fast, but if it's 10, 20, 30 minutes, things that where you need that the computer is doing this rendering process, because you are in a cutting mode, in the editing mode, and without having internally prepared the timeline for this specific sequence, you cannot watch it smooth, you know. It's flickering in a way, you know, and that doesn't make it's not really nice then to look, okay, is it now okay? Should I make here something or there? You know, this kind of things doesn't work very well. And so yes, but for now I'm quite really happy with the changes I made. Yes, I'm flying. That's really cool. And it's really a smooth flight now. I mean, it's a wonderful view. Look at this. It's fantastic. It's really beautiful. Wow. Look at this view. That's so cool. And the stars. It's amazing. It's really amazing. So 83 nautical miles left. So yes, I think in 45 minutes we are there. Cool. It's really a fantastic flight. It's really nice. It's quiet. The stars. It looks really perfect. I'm not quite sure if in front of us this is an airport. I don't know. Anyway, that's we're almost there, and it's really a beautiful flight. And I mean, we are almost there, and we can still see well, the rest of the lights of the sun. So I'm really happy. As I mentioned, 2-3 I didn't mention it, but I think 3-4 flights, and then we should be flying under daylight conditions. But I mean, for now it's also okay. I mean, we start during the day, during the afternoon, or maybe early evening, and then we're flying into the night. Very romantic. So yes. I think this is an airport. Yes, it's an airport. I'm really happy that my also my network connection is running smooth, and I have no drop frames. The frame drops? Yes. It's, I was watching a YouTube video the other day, and well, it was one guy who ordered a huge computer, with really, I don't know, heavy one with a lot of water cooling systems and really powerful dual RTX 390 SLI, and so a really powerful system. And so he wanted to check Red Redemption Online. The second, so the latest version. So yeah, he bought it and well, needed to install it. And he had I think it was 1 gigabyte upload and download connection. And I was thinking, oh, how cool is it? 1 gigabyte upload and download connection. Wow, I would love to have it. I mean, it's so crazy. And there was one other person, well, mentioned that it was an interview that, yeah, because of the coronavirus, a lot of people have to work from home, and so you need to have a better connection. Also, not only downloading, but also upload connection. And he was working in Silicon Valley, and he mentioned, yes, we have here, I have 1 gigabyte up and download. And I said, well, I mean, I have 50 megabit. 50 megabyte? No, 50 megabit? Yeah, upload. So 6.25 megabyte upload. And oops. And I mean, normally you need, I think, in Twitch for streaming in HD quality, you need 6,000 kilobit per second. That's well, 0.75 megabyte. So normally it should be okay. I mean, normally they say you should have 8 to 9,000, so also as a buffer. So if you, let's say, 9,000 kilobit, it's 1.125 megabyte. And no, actually it should be okay. I mean, should be no problem. But all people are now working a lot, or many people are working from home. Many people are using their private connections. So then the frequency is quite higher than normally. So as I mentioned, I've got last week I've got really quite a lot of issues with my provider, and even I contacted him and talked to him. But now it seems everything perfect. Oh, that's cool. This is perfect. It works. No issues. So 50.7 nautical miles left. We are almost there. Cool. So I hope it will be easier than yesterday. So let's check this out. Yes, nothing really to see. It's yeah. Yes, but doesn't matter. We are on track, we are flying around. It's perfect weather. The flight conditions were really nice, and so Caribbean Air Taxi is preparing for landing, ladies and gentlemen. Please fasten your seatbelts. Prepare your seats, and we all hope for a smooth landing. I mean, yesterday with this little airplane, I managed to get down really smooth. I mean, despite the issue with the brakes. Okay, but this will not happen with the Cessna. Anyway, I will have to reduce anyway the speed. So, and you can see here the temperature 58, 59 and almost 2000 megahertz. So that's really cool. This is really cool. It's so here we are. Okay, I think we are going down a little bit. I mean, we're almost there, and I think it's nice to see a little bit the area. Ladies and gentlemen, to your right, the coast. And ladies and gentlemen, we are in Vietnam, so I hope you will have a wonderful time in Vietnam, in Haiphong. Let's have a look. There's beautiful lights along the coast. I think probably there are a lot of bridges here. I think that this must be very nice to see. I mean, really, the Cessna is so wonderful to fly, so smooth. It's really perfect. Okay, here we are. So. Aha, here we go. Heavy light in front of us. This might be our airport. Or maybe this is the first airport we have seen, and there is another one coming behind this airport, and maybe I think this one is the other one is our final destination point. Let's check it out. So wow, I mean, really, I have to fly more often with other airplanes, smaller ones, because coming back to the Cessna is like, oh, it's like coming home. Really, it's wow, it's amazing, amazing. It's really smooth. Honestly, if I will be a pilot in, I don't know, in Australia, and have to fly daily, and may have the possibility to buy this airplane. I mean, it depends on the purposes. I mean, what do you want to do with it? But then I will use this one. It's so nice. I mean, okay, it's maybe not a speedy one, and it's not you know, you can do crazy stuff in a way, but you know, it's you can trust it. I think this is the most important thing. So, and as I'm not a pilot, I mean, I can really, I mean, I can tell you really that this is a perfect flight airplane for the flight simulator. Well, for my purposes. But I don't know, maybe in after the world tour, I maybe will switch to another one and say, well, I need something else. I want something else. I want some airplane, another airplane which is faster, is I don't know, older, newer. Who cares? Merci. We will see. For now, this is. For now, I'm perfectly happy with what I have or what I'm flying. So I think this is great. So Microsoft and the developer of, I think it's a French developer. Please discuss the lobby topic. I think I would really appreciate to have a lobby, a pilot's lobby, and so okay, I have now my speed is perfect. Okay, 50 nautical miles left. Almost there, but I'm still curious because this is not my. I don't think so. I mean, let's have a look. I think there's someone. This is this first airport, which is near to the coast, and there's another one more inside land. Yes, that's correct. Okay, so yes, again, I mean, I'm still more comfortable than because I have now 16 flights behind me, and I yesterday this small airplane, and I managed it quite well. So I hope I'm what I don't really understand. Normally, I should see the other one, the other airport. You know, I mean, there should be some kind of blinking light or whatever, because this one I could see really from far away. Anyway, I have to stop now. Slow down. My speed. Also go down to 1.5. I think that should be okay. It's really interesting. Haiphong. Okay, and where are the lights? That's really funny. I mean, there are no lights at all. I mean, if there, honestly, if it's like this, then I will make a U-turn and go to the other one. Look at this. That's funny. There are no lights at all. Oh, crazy. Well, you know what? If it's really like this, then yes. It seems like maybe it is under construction, I don't know, but yes. Well, it was a try. Let's go to the other one. No, I mean, that is really a difference. Really. I mean, honestly. Okay, but maybe this is the international one. And the other one is a small airport. Which is also okay. I mean, you know. That's how it is. Let's... Oh, a red house. Let's move, go down. Prepare for landing, ladies and gentlemen. We are preparing for landing. Okay. Cool. Now, this was perfect, ladies and gentlemen. This was a perfect landing. That was a perfect landing. That was cool. Wow, fantastic. Honestly, that was cool. Okay, here another. Okay, here's someone. Yes, that's perfect. And what is there? Is this a small coffee bar? that's crazy. That's really nice. I don't know what it is, but it looks funny. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at, we're in Haiphong, and I'm really happy to be here. It's it were around 420 nautical miles, and look at here, there are other speed airplanes. Cool. Yes. So I'm really happy to be here. Tomorrow we are flying towards Tuaren, and probably we will not have camera until tomorrow either, or I try to get this running, my camera now, but that's really cool. Yes, so it was a pleasure to fly, starting the tour again. So see you tomorrow, and yes, enjoy the day or the night or the evening, wherever you are. Bye bye.